After discussing the speaker's role and negative side, we will now discuss their we will now discuss the negative sides: necessity, practicality, and beneficiality. But before we analyze the sample speeches from the negative sides, let's define first the aspects of the case that will help you to win your debate. Okay. Aspects of the case: necessity. It is a need for proposition, discusses the presence or absence of an inherent flaw in the status quo. Practicability. Feasibility of a proposition includes matter of law, clamor, and finance. Beneficiality. Advantages or disadvantages of adopting or rejecting the resolution. Includes specific beneficiaries, specific benefits. So for the necessity, since the affirmative side will discuss about their necessity, the speaker of negative side should show that the need does not exist. Sample speech for negative side. Any problem in the status quo can be remedied with minor repairs. We do not need the structural change proposed by the affirmative in order to solve problems. Rather, we simply need more money, manpower, etc. in the existing structure to make it work. The juvenile court judges are poorly trained. We do not need to provide jury trials in order to solve the poor training of judges. We need only require that judges meet a minimum standard of training in order to serve that it's not structural change. So to disprove the needs, give examples of illustrations, opinions of authorities, facts, and analogies which show that the status quo is enough, or give enough evidence to establish your point. And when it comes to practicability, assuming that you want to attack the affirmative side's practicality, then you should say that it will cost too much money or that it is impractical. So just like in the example, negative side practicability, sample speech. The affirmative is pending a Robin Hood plan. Take money from the wealthy school districts and give it to the poor districts. Their plan depends on the census to tell us where the poor children are. But the census is notoriously inaccurate. A Yale University study says that it may undercount urban poor by as much as 40%. And the May 21st New York Times reported that our city is suing the federal government to force a recount. How can the affirmative plan work if it is based on an inaccurate census? It cannot. You should show that the proposal will not have desirable effects and instead will have the negative effects. And for the beneficiality, just like you argue that the affirmative side plan is impractical, you should also argue that its benefits are few and its liabilities are many. Sample speech of the negative side for beneficiality. In our debate on hospitalizing gravely disabled, homeless people, putting the mentally ill into the large hospitals would only regret snake spits, cost enormous sums, and benefit no one, least of all the patients. They would benefit much more if we spend tax dollars on more secure shelters and more housing rather than reopening insane asylums. So as a speaker of opposition side, you should attack the beneficialities of the affirmative, saying that there's no benefits in the proposition they want to say or they want to implement. In conclusion, if you do a counter plan, you should assume the burden of proof to a large degree. So as a negative speaker, you must show that your plan is more practical and beneficial than the affirmative sides.